So I start class by stating clearly what the goals and objectives for the class is. Today we're going to talk about routine and daily habits, and in the process we're going to talk about adverbs of frequency. So I would show them this chart. It is comparing extroverts and introverts. And in the process, it is using language that would use adverbs of frequency and routine. Okay, so on that chart, I would have them try to identify adverbs of frequency. Then we would listen to an audio. These are two ladies talking about their daily routine and which one says what. So Eva, who lives in the large city, who works for long hours. Okay, it's an audio and it's Eva talking and Mara talking. So the student has to identify who says what. Then I would have the student order the adverbs of frequency according to how often according to their rate, their frequency rate. Okay? It's dynamic. Then I would have the student make sentences about themselves using four of these expressions. Now I would introduce the topic of how to make questions using adverbs of frequency. Okay? They would have to try to figure it out when you use how often, when you use do you usually, and when you use do you ever. Finally, the students would have to make questions using how often do you usually and do you ever with some of these verbs. This is a practice. Now I would like the student to make sentences, not questions, but sentences where they talk about themselves using some of these verbs and using adverbs of frequency. So this section here would be the assessment. The students would do this activity in class on their own, and I would only supervise it to see how they were able to see if they were able to internalize the subject, if they did learn. This here is assessment. Of course, they would connect one dot to the other. This is completed, but they would do this in class. And finally, this would be their homework activity.